Walking that bit on my toilet. Walking that bit with the O's. They bit it, they back, and they look, they chose.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another MX Bikes video. And today, guys, we are at round 13, Foxboro here in MX Bikes. This track's made by Stone Rider. It's $1.50 on the MXB shop. And today I'm just gonna be doing a little bit of a chill video, riding around the track, talking about it. I do have some things that I'd like to see changed maybe a little bit for the 250 riders. Because, dude, I was struggling today. There's some other guys struggling today on this track. This track is tough. Okay, it's only like 2 rhythm sections that are tough, but still, it was hard. Okay, it's really hard, and I didn't do good in my race. Okay, that's why you're not seeing it. But anyway, talk about some real life racing as well, the Supercross series, kind of my prediction, stuff like that, because some people wanted that. But yeah, at the end of the sub button, the like button, and stick to the end of the video. And see you guys in the next one. All right, boys, welcome to Foxboro Supercross. Hope you guys like that intro. Obviously, usually you guys would be seeing race footage, but I did do the race. I did the 250 round at Foxboro. I made the main event, and it didn't go well. I got crashed on lap 1. It was the end of lap 1 I got landed on. Went back to about 13th, 14th, and I just couldn't make my way up. This is a track that, to me, is like pure consistency. There's a lot of lines I just couldn't hit. And so I kind of just got stuck back there, and it sucked because I really did do a great job on that first lap to stay consistent and make passes and like get into a good spot. I think it was like 7th, 6th or 7th. I was up there, and yeah, someone just didn't care, just landed on me straight up, and that was really it from there. I just couldn't find a way to get around guys. This track was fairly one-lined on the 250. And that's going to be a topic of this video, talking about how the 250s don't really work with this track, really. I mean, you can hit all the lines, yes, but they're extremely hard to hit. Like, so hard that it almost doesn't make sense to me. So, we're going to talk about that in this video. Hit that sub with that like button, boys. But, and we can get right into it, dude. So, as far as the scaling, right? Now, Stone Rider's always kind of done the scaling this year, where the jumps are fairly rolled off. Like, they're not very peaky. And I feel like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It really just is about the transition distance. Like, how wide are these transitions? And with the 2 main rhythm sections on this track, there really are only, 2 main rhythm sections. That's literally all you have to get every lap if you're racing. Is just, if you can get those 2 rhythms correctly, the rest of the track is fairly a breeze as long as you don't do something stupid. But I'm going to kind of give my input about kind of how I feel about them, because obviously they affected me today, because I did not hit them well at all. A lot of people didn't. I was not the only one. So yeah, it starts with this single right here. Now, I don't know if this is a single or a roller. I haven't actually seen the track map. Now, I would guess that this is a roller more so in real life, but I don't know for sure. And Stoney has to go off the track maps, so you do have to cut him some slack with this stuff. He has to follow a track map, and it obviously doesn't always work with bikes. But what's interesting about this is on the 450, you can get this line where you come around this corner, come inside, scrub this, you go this way. The reason you go to that left side is because this is the highest part of the single. And on the 450, and you can do it on the 252, but it's super hard, you can actually jump all the way up and then on top of this, right? And it's super easy on the 450, but maybe it's my setup, my gearing, I don't know what it is, but I don't even think I've gotten a single time. Like, scrub this. I don't know. It's such a hard line. And I think the easiest way to fix that is to either, one, lower this just a little bit. I'm not saying a lot, just a little bit. Lower this table a little bit, because this thing is massive. Like, if you compare it to the other table right there, huge height difference. Or you can make this first single just a little bit more peaky. Or at least even it out as far as the height. It kind of sucks that you have to go all the way over here, and it's just a one-line jump to jump all the way on a 250. Yeah, I don't like that, because it kind of creates this funnel where everyone's doing the same thing, and if one guy doesn't do it and the guy behind him does it because he thinks he's going to do it because that's the one line you can do it on, and then someone gets landed on, and then there's a pile up, and then you're all the way back in 15th, you're like, holy shit. It just sucks. So my biggest critique with Stone's tracks, other than the whoops, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, is the peakiness of the jumps and the transition distances. I feel like some of these transitions are a little bit too big, and some of these jumps just aren't very peaky. So this transition right here, let's see if I can get a better view. I like this one a lot. Both jumps are fairly peaky. The landing of this table is a bit steep. You can maybe make it a little bit steeper, but like this jump right here, this single, very nice, very peaky, and it sends you up, and it's easy to triple off of it, right? Then if we take a look at a transition kind of like this, it just feels super mellow. And I don't know, I guess these are just 3-foot singles. Look how just like rolled off this is. It's almost like a roller, it seems. So I don't really understand that, and maybe he's done it right, and maybe I'm just delusional, but it feels a little bit too rolled off, and I feel like it takes away some lines. So not here particularly, because you would just double out. But like right here with this single, it feels so just like, so flat, you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel like a Supercross jump. It just feels super flat, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'm not saying he has to make a huge scale change, just like a little bit. I just want to feel it a little bit, because I really think it holds the 250s back just enough to where there's so much carnage in these races. And bro, we got too many hours in this game to not be able to hit some of these rhythms. And most of the tracks have been fine, but this one in particular, freaking tough. And then like this triple in here, again, the single it feels too gradual of a takeoff. It needs to be a little bit steeper so we can get that height and you know, jump over this jump right here to get the triple. Now, you can still get the triple, like it's still possible in the 250, but I think it just is a little bit too hard, bro. Like, that's me getting it. I cased it. Like, I sent that third gear. So that's kind of my main critique with it. I love his ruts. I love the roughness. And the main reason he does this, I think, especially with the roughness in the corners, is to take away that quad in on the 450, which makes sense. Last year was kind of a joke with how the tracks were ridden. It was like 5ing into sections, quadding into sections. It was almost like MX Simulator kind of. And so I'm very happy that he went for the more realism stuff, realistic route with the corners and the roughness and stuff like that. So my critique is just the steepness of some of the jumps, and then some of the transitions I think could be a little bit tighter. But other than that, everything is great. Other than the whoops, okay? And this is, again, not a big critique. Neither of these are that big, to be honest. But he went with, I think, 11 whoops, 11 or 12 here. And obviously the AMA does 9, so I'm not 100% sure why he didn't do, like, the realistic number. But I feel like the whoops have been a bit too easy. Now, the perfect whoop section, in my opinion, this year was St. Louis. I think he did a great job on those. Also, what was the round? When I got third, I think it was Arlington. I like those whoops too. Now, those whoops were fairly easy, but a lot of people were jumping them. At least I remember I was, and I found that to be pretty enjoyable. But see how they feel very small, and they're so easy to get through. I don't know, I feel like there's a big missed challenge there that could be added by just making them a little bit bigger, spreading them out a little bit, and then you could go with the 9 and not just have like half that straight away be flat ground. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Make it a little bit more realistic. I don't know. It's just some of these lines on the 250 to me just feel a little bit too hard. And it's not a ton, it's just a little bit. And I think the steepness of some of these jumps could maybe make it a little bit easier. But I don't know. I understand that there should be a challenge. I know it shouldn't be easy. But I feel like it's just a little bit too hard. At least for me. And I was third in points, so I feel like I've done decent in the 250 class. But I've also been off the 250 for like, 4 weeks. Been on the 450, so maybe I'm just used to it. And I'm just terrible now. I have no idea, but yeah, that's kind of my critique. The track is great on a 450. I think on the 250 though, it is so tough and it's not very fun. So kind of my critique with it. Very hard track. Hardest Supercross track I've ever ridden in this game, in my opinion. And there's only 2 main rhythm sections. And those rhythm sections piss me off more than literally any rhythm I've ever hit in this game. They're so hard. But I said it before, man, I like the challenge. I invite the challenge. And maybe I just suck. Maybe I have to accept the fact that I'm just not good enough, and that it's not the track, it's me. I mean, even there, I thought I got a good run. I couldn't even get it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm ass. I don't know, man. But anyway, good job to Stoney though. You have to appreciate him. This is no hate. It's just me trying to, I don't know, give my criticism, I guess. But I want to talk about real life Supercross real quick, boys. I want to talk about real life, all right? I'm going to go through every class, and some people have been asking for this. A lot of you haven't, but some of you have. So if you don't care, you can just click off the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. But if you do want to hear the Jann's take on Supercross, real life, you're going to get it right here. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to talk about all 3 classes, talk about who I think is going to win chip, who still has a chance that's not with the red plate, and then I'm going to give you guys my predictions for this race because it'll be happening the day this video drops. So 250 West, you got Levi Kitchen, 16 points up above RJ Hampshire. And yeah, I don't know. Kitchen just doing it. He's doing his thing. All right, he chose to train in Florida away from the test tracks, the facility down in California. That's a big ask, especially to do when you're going to a new team. So I don't know if they agreed to that before the contract was signed. I'm guessing they would have, because that'd be kind of a tough conversation to have after you sign. But that's a big decision from him, and it puts a lot more pressure on you. And the reason it's added pressure is because if he doesn't perform, he's obviously going to get told you have to move down here. And that's a big life move, like just exclusive from Moto, like just moving to another state like that. It's kind of crazy. So I think he just wanted to kind of stay where he's comfortable, and I don't even think he's that far from the Star facility. He's down at Moto Sandbox with Roxon and Sexton, and it's a very chill vibe with his vlogs and stuff like that. It just looks super chill. So it's clearly working. It's worked for Sexton. I think it's working for Roxon too. Roxon's been riding just fine. So smart move, gutsy move, but smart one, clearly. And I think Deegan's been down there the last few days as well, or maybe it was just a couple times this week to train there as well. He's clearly kind of taking notes from Kitchen because it's clearly worked for him. And yeah, I think Kitchen has that title easily. It's up to him whether he wants it or not. If he wants to choke, he can, and PC riders have a history of doing it, but I don't think he will. I think he'll be just fine. He's been super consistent, especially that Triple Crown, man. He's so locked in. He swept the thing, so you don't see that a lot. You only see that when guys are really, really good, so I think he'll be just fine, and I think he's a guy to watch out for in motocross as well. Hampshire, I think they'll get him on a 450 next year. I just don't think he's good enough to win any 250 title. I don't think he's got a chance with motocross either. So I don't really know what's going on with him, but he did good at Daytona last year on the 450, so maybe he's got to get him on that bike, because the 2 Husky 450 guys, Mookie and then Craig, are just not, they're just not cutting it. Yeah, not good. Injuries, I don't know what's going on with Malcolm Stewart. Just does not like his bike, clearly. Something's got to be going on, because you guys remember the start of last year, dude was barking, and then obviously got injured, so he's been off racing for a while, but still, I expected him to kind of be back at some point, but yeah, he hasn't really shown us anything yet. But yeah, I got Kitchen for that title. And then 250 East, we got McAdoo out front, I think 2 points ahead of Vial. And by the way, Vial, I don't understand how he'd be doing all that. Like, I understand the Daytona win, right? Because it's more of an outdoorsy, rutted, tough, technical track. Like, that makes sense to me. But then he won again indoors, so yeah, he's just been killing it, and I want to believe in him. You know what I mean? I want to believe that this is his crazy story. Comes from GP, wins his 2nd ever season of Supercross. But I feel like McAdoo's got it, dude. I feel like he's got the plate now. It's up to him. And he's been taking the kind of the consistent route this season. You see a lot of second places from him. He's not really pushing the issue super hard. And I think he's just keeping it smart, which is something he hasn't really done in the past years. He's kind of sent it too hard and gotten injured or gotten into it with someone. I remember when he got into it with Jet. I think that was last year, actually, and got injured or something like that. So, I don't know. Deegan's obviously in the class, though. So, Deegan can mix it up. Not in the way of, like, points, but in the way of, like, he could put someone on the ground, right, like McAdoo. And if points get close enough, that will literally happen. I guarantee you it'll happen, unless Deegan just wins every race and gaps everyone. If the points get close with either Deegan and McAdoo or Deegan via whoever it is, whoever's going against Deegan for this championship, he's going to probably do something. So you never know. I mean, Deegan's down, I think, 14 or 16 points, something like that. So he's pretty much out of it. Unless, again, McAdoo, Vial choke, and then you have Pierce Brown, I think, 3rd in points. I don't really have much hope in Pierce Brown to win the title. I do think he can get top 3 in points, though, if he just keeps it consistent. And that'd be big for him. That'd be a really, really big overall finish. So I actually hope he can do that. Because I like his riding style. I like the way Pierce Brown rides the bike. He's actually pretty fun to watch. So hopefully he can, I don't know, maybe snag a win, but if he can stay in that top 3, that'd be cool. But I think McAdoo has his title. That's my prediction. Deegan's too far back, and I don't know. I haven't seen a ton of speed from Deegan this year. The consistency has kind of been there. Now, it's kind of hard to say that with the incidents he's been in, but for the most part, like if you look at it and you look at his career so far, he's been pretty damn consistent. Just made some kind of stupid mistakes here and there, but anyway, now we talk about the 450 class, okay? Jet Lawrence versus Webb. It's an 8-point gap, which is very tight. Now, obviously, Jet kind of got effed over, but he made a mistake himself. That crash was not all Barcia's fault. Partly was Jet's as well. And I guarantee you Tomac's not cutting down in that corner. Okay, I think he's a little bit smarter than that. So he's lucky he's not injured, but he still has 8 points, which I don't know. I can't really say it's a lot. Like, I should say it's a lot because it's Jet Lawrence, but it's not because it's Cooper Webb, dude. Cooper Webb's weird, bro. He's literally just a weirdo. He just finds a way to just be up there every time. And if he's not on the box, he gets the sneaky 4th or 5th place. And he usually is coming from all the way in the back. So I think this round right here is extremely important for Webb because he can get it within nail-biter distance. I don't think 8 points is nail-biter distance yet. But if he can, like, win and Jet gets 2nd or 3rd, that'd obviously be extremely ideal. And he'll get it to, yeah, within a couple positions, which, yeah, he could shake it up. He really could. And, yeah, I don't know. I think we need to see some speed out of him, some aggression, kind of like Tomac at the Triple Crown. Finally saw that, just like real drive to win. And, I mean, I'm not saying Webb doesn't have it, but he's going to have to step it up a little bit more. He can't just get 2nd or get 3rd. He needs to win. So we'll see how that goes. I still have Jet winning this title, but I think Cooper Webb's the only guy that can challenge him. I think Sexton's too nice. Even if Sexton somehow miraculously started gaining points, I just think when it comes to the last round, there's no way he wins the title. I'm not a believer, dude. I think Sexton's a little bit too nice. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive, and he also just kind of chokes a little bit. He's, stalled the bike a lot at Seattle. This battle with Webb, so I don't know, just some weird stuff kind of going on with him, but new bike, so I'm not really surprised. If he finishes 3rd in points, that's a success for him. But yeah, I got Jet winning it, but I'm so hyped to watch this weekend, and I'm not a Jet hater, right? I just want to see the championship get close. So I honestly hope Webb wins, and I hope Tomac gets 2nd, I hope Jet gets 3rd. That'd be the ideal podium for me. Not my prediction, though. That is my ideal podium. My prediction, we're going to start with 250s. Is Hayden Deegan win, McAdoo sneaky 2nd, and I think we see Vial get 3rd. I think Vial's actually really getting into himself with Supercross. I think he's doing really well. I don't think he'll win again before the end of the year, but I do see him getting another podium and still being competitive. But Deegan's coming off a break, and I feel like he has no excuses now. He's not injured anymore. He needs to send it, and he obviously already has a win this year. He has the ability to do it. Kind of choked that Triple Crown. I think he could have won that, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, he's at Moto Sandbox, obviously training at the farm. I think he's due to start kind of stringing some together. So we'll see. That's my prediction. And then 450, we got. This is tough because it's like it's between who do I want to win and who is gonna win. You know what I mean? You know what? I think Chase is going to win. That's my prediction. I think Chase Sexton wins. I know, it's kind of a curveball. And then I think Jet gets 2nd. And I'm going to predict that Jet goes down and gives Chase the lead. Which is kind of a weird prediction for me because I don't really think Chase got that dog in it. But I don't know. I'm going to say he does. Chase wins, Lawrence 2nd, and then I'm going to say Webb 3rd, Tomac 4th. I gotta get that. I gotta get the Tomac prediction in there because I think people probably want to know. But the class is so stacked, though. I think predicting the top 3 in the 450 class is actually hard, even though there's a clear top 4 fastest guys or top 3 fastest guys. You could probably rearrange that 4 in any order, and I would not be surprised. Tomac's got that drive back, so you never know if he goes out and says, you know what, I'm out of this chip, but I'm gonna start winning. And then Webb, I think, will kind of just follow Jet, but not be able to catch him in 3rd. And yeah, I think Sexton's gonna pull it through, get another win. He hasn't won in a while, so those are my predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do you have anything else to talk about? I guess I can talk about school a little bit. I only have a few more weeks of school. I'm gonna be going back home for summer break. I think early May, maybe late April. We'll see. And so I think I'm gonna really dedicate myself to do a stream every week, probably just every Friday, because that's when the motocross rounds will start up anyway. So I can just carve just about every Friday out of my schedule this summer, other than one. There's already one Friday I know I'm not going to be able to stream on because I'm doing a trip down to Las Vegas with some of my friends. I think that is round 4. Not sure which round that is. High Point maybe? Or maybe it's Thunder Valley round 3. I have no idea. Anyway, I'll probably miss one motocross round, but yeah, expect those streams. I know I haven't been streaming recently. I've just been pretty busy with school stuff and not getting a lot of sleep on Thursday nights. So yeah, I was up till 7 a.m. actually. I was talking with some boys in the Discord, and then I had to make a video, and yeah, it was pretty degenerate from my end, but that's why I only got on the track an hour before qual started. I don't know if I already said that in this video, but that was yeah, not good. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I can't wait to finish the school year, get home, and be able to really start grinding YouTube. I do want to do stuff this summer though, like real life stuff. I thought about getting a dirt bike. I've said that a million times in videos. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. I have a KLR 650, a dual sport, that I kind of want to upgrade that and start to travel a little bit, like ride up through. I live in southern Washington, if anyone's wondering. I'm just gonna say I don't really care, but because the people watching right now, you guys are the real ones who are watching right now, so I can trust you guys, but it's not like anyone cares anyway. But I want to kind of do some rides up through you know, the West Coast, or up through Idaho, down through Oregon. And so it's going to cost a lot of money to do stuff like that. And if I want to get a new bike and upgrade, I can't really do both. I mean, financially, I probably could, but it'd be like the stupidest thing ever because it'd be a lot of money. Another thing I've thought about is getting a Stark Varg. Now, that wouldn't happen this summer, but just waiting till next summer. I'll be graduated from school. I'll probably be doing this full time, to be honest. It's kind of getting to that point now where I can do that, like seriously do that financially. So I don't know. There's a lot going through my head, but the problem is I'm only going to be home for 3 months. So do I really get a dirt bike and ride it for 3 months and then I let it sit and then I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What are you guys' race predictions? Do you guys like this track? Do you guys want to see me do IRL stuff during the summer? Like, I don't know, if I go on like a long 5-day ride up in the mountains. You guys want to watch that? Maybe that'd be interesting. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that sub with that like button. I'll see you guys in the next video.